Shalom, giving all praises to Yahweh Shemel, Shai Shem Rakakwadash, Shalom to the 144,000 and the rest of you left out there, Shalom to you all. And I'm going to entitle this video, as you can see, this is the IUIC captains. Was watching this yesterday, giving the sense from A to Z, Revelation 14:9 to 20. Go to the previous video, and somebody else did Revelation, I guess 1 to 8, I guess. Makes sense that he did. But anyway, I'm going to entitle this video, IUIC. They know that the world will be introduced. Let me come back. I'm sorry. IUIC. They know that the microchip will be given to the whole world, but it's not Revelation 13 and 16. Or it's not the fulfillment of Revelation 13 and 16. Forgive me for botching that. I'm trying to give it a title, but that's going to be the title. So the whole world, in the oikomany sense, will be introduced to the microchip technology. Right hand, forehand, left hand if you live in Europe. So they now teach that, but they'll say, oh, but that has nothing to do with Revelation 13 and 16. Neither does it have anything to do with Revelation 14 and 9. You can really start at 8. So they now see it. Now they know that it's coming, and I believe that there's people that go to the classes that they kind of, I don't know, man. You know, I don't like GMS, but I don't know, they got a point there. You know, they call them window shoppers. And I'm pretty sure, I don't know though. You gotta go and ask them. I don't know if they say, well, look, don't watch the GMS videos, or they just get on GMS to really demonize us, you know, call us dumb, stupid, black Hebrew Israelites, demons. We're all going to hell. You know, this is all indoctrination, indoctrinating them with their, you know, their take on the scriptures. Like, for example, let me get right into it. I didn't put anything together. I don't need to. I don't need to put a list of scriptures. Oh, another thing that they do, they keep coming up with a new 2 or 3 new scriptures every time they go into the mark of the beast to make you get a better understanding that the mark of the beast is sin. And those precepts that they give you, that they present to the viewing audience, is poppycock. Trying not to curse. It's BS. It's caca. It's doodle. So, like I said, I didn't put up anything because I'm going to just focus on Revelation 13, 16. I can even quote 13, 16, 17, and Revelation 14 and 9. I'm mainly focused on 9 because we know Revelation 13, 16, and 17 by heart. 18 says it's based on the 6. Then they went into the 18th verse where it says his number 606. Then they started going into scriptures that mention the number 6. See? It says 6 right there. So they're really stuck. They don't know how to answer it. If you go back, how many years? 14 years maybe? If not 14, 8. When we used to go back and forth with them, they never brought out the microchip. And but now they have to bring it out because it's out there now. You know, it's out there in the forefront. It was talked about 8, 10 years ago, even before that, but it's out there now. People are getting microchipped. And 8, 10 years ago, they wasn't talking about a CBDC, a central bank digital currency, because they're saying, you go to Google, they're talking about blockchain. Matter of fact. And see, when they set up that blockchain, it's going to be controlled by, ultimately it's going to be controlled by the government, because now you can get Ethereum, I think that's the name, and positive Ethereum, was it? It's a cryptocurrency. The other one is Bitcoin. I believe it started with Bitcoin. And in the U.S., the government wasn't involved in it. So it's like the Wild Wild West. You know, they don't know how much money you got and make. I remember back in 2010, they had a machine. They had this restaurant, and they had a Mexican restaurant, and they had an actual kiosk, so you can buy Bitcoin. I didn't know how to go about it, but I do remember that back in 2010, a Bitcoin was under $1. I think it was like 10 cents to buy a Bitcoin. And I was going to buy it just to buy it. But now that thing went from under $1 to almost $90,000, and that jumped right when Trump got in there. Now, if you notice, Trump was against, Bitcoin, cryptocurrency, CBDCs. He was dead set against. He made it known. I ain't with that. I'm dealing with the dollar, the paper dollar. But now he had a 180, changed his mind completely. Call it flip flop. Now he's with it. He went to certain gatherings, meetings, conferences on not on Bitcoin, so to speak, but on cryptocurrency. And he said he's 100% with it. And who's with him? And he most likely will get a cabinet position. If not, he would be an advisor. Is Elon Musk. And Elon Musk, he purchased a company. He didn't come up with it. He didn't have his scientists make it happen, but he purchased a company called Neuralink. And he did some experiments with pigs, putting a chip into your brain. And as of was it last year and a half, 2 years, he started using human patients, humans, so to speak. So it's still in its experimental stage. The brain chip, to me, would be hard. It would make sense that it would be harder than a chip in the hand, because a chip in the hand, you use delivery system, and you put it in your hand, and it's in there. Like you get like a pacemaker. You get a pacemaker. They got to open you up and put a pacemaker in. So the same thing, which is not as, you're not taking a chance with your life if you get a chip put in your hand, right hand, left hand. You need more information to put a chip in your brain. If they say that the hand chip, might be $100, $200, but I see them, when they introduce it to the world, they're going to make it for free. And the good thing about it, it's free. Like some other thing that happened back in 2019, 2020. And I believe that was a test run for, because what did they do? If you didn't have it, you had a card that you took the jab or the jump shot, can't go to these restaurants. It was all on the news. Fights are breaking out. Then it went back to normal. And they were saying it, on the news, the media. If you don't got the card, you can't buy it. You can't go to this restaurant. You can't go to the supermarket. You can't do this. You can't do that. There was an uproar. Well, this time when they introduced the MOTB, which they're going to do, and now IUIC sees it, what they're doing is they're moving the goalposts, and they're coming up with a lot of more precepts to back up their claim that it's sin, which those precepts are weak. Anybody with half a brain that knows the scriptures can see right through that. They're weak scriptures. I was going to use another word, the moving the goalposts. Oh, explaining away the what we here at GMS, we're the premier camp that teaches about the mark of the beast. Now you got other camps, Sakari, Genesis, and so forth, that they teach it, but they don't they don't pump out videos like we do on the subject, because that's the next big major thing that's gonna come on the earth before the deliverance and the destruction. What these guys are doing, I guarantee you, you got people that are murmuring about whether it's the actual, I'm talking about among members of the IUIC, whether it is the actual C-hip. So what they're doing too, they got to keep putting these videos up to explain away what we put that thought in your mind. So it's in your mind. But is it in your mind? Remember that? So anyway, what I did was I sent this video through my smartphone to Apostle Ricard, Apostle Ramlob. But I said go to 20 minutes. And he did a video on the image, which really what I wanted them to go to. I wanted them to keep watching it, because they're going to actually, this individual right here, this captain, he's going to actually mention the micro, while he's talking about the Revelation 13:16, Revelation 14:9, he's going to actually mention the microchip technology, but he's going to say, but that's not talking about that. Okay, so if you know that the whole world, or you perceive that the whole world is going to be, the world's going to be introduced to this chip technology and everybody got to take it, that has to be in the scriptures. If everybody on the planet Earth, or 95% of the people of the planet Earth, have to take this thing to transact business day to day, whether they go to the hospital, supermarket, buy a car, rent a car, watch a movie. Now you got streamers, Netflix, and so forth. So if everybody damn near in the whole planet Earth is going to get this technology put in their right hand, left hand, forehead, where is that mentioned in the scriptures? It's got to be mentioned somewhere in the scriptures, and it is mentioned in the scriptures. It's mentioned in Revelation chapter 13 and 16 and 17, and Revelation chapter 14 verse 9. So let's go ahead and play it. See, they got you thinking about, okay, so this is Revelation 13 and 15. Beast image is Caesar Borgia. No, it's not Caesar Borgia. And you can watch the last video that Apostle Ramlob did, and he goes into it. Image. Oh, now they're saying that the beast, they're breaking down the beast. They say beast is the beast from Revelation 13, first couple of verses. It's talking about America, but they took the attributes of the lion, which is the Babylonians, and the attributes of the Persians and the Medes, which is the bear. No, that's not talking about that. The beast is not America. The little, matter of fact, you know what I'm gonna do? Let me do this. And remember, y'all out there, we never had to change anything. We never moved the goalposts. We never had to explain something away. The way I'm teaching it now, the way the apostles teach it now, the way the bishops, the way the elders teach it now, is the same way we taught it 10 years ago, 15 years ago, 17 years ago, 20 years ago, 30 years ago. Okay, this is what I want to do. I want to go to Revelation 13. So they're now teaching that the beast in Revelation 13 is talking about America. I'm not talking about America. America's part of it. Now right here, That's America. The beast from the earth. This is so. This the beast from the sea. That's talking about NATO and EU nations. The bear represents Russia. The leopard represents Greece. The mouth of a lion represents Great Britain. Let me try something. Try not to make this long. Okay. The flag of Great Britain. Okay, let me do it this way. Let me try this. Let me do it this way. Bear me for a minute. This is called the Union Jack. The ancient coat of arms of Great Britain. Okay. All right, what do we got here? Okay, boom. Coat of arms of the United Kingdom. It's a lion. This represents a unicorn. It's a lion. So his head like unto a lion is Great Britain. The lion and the unicorn. Dev et mon druit. I'm not going to go all into these words. Let me do this. Year of the flag of Great Britain. Okay, let me see if it gives it a year. Okay, 18. The flag of Great Britain was adopted in 1707, but its origins date back to 1600. That was Jake was ruling, King James. The Union flag is called a Union. Union Jack, Union flag was originally a royal flag. When the present design was made official in 1801, it was ordered to be flown on all the king's forts and castles. So actually, the Union Jack is a flag for the royalty, and the coat of arms is the flag for the royalty. It also represents Great Britain, but not elsewhere. It is today flown over Buckingham Palace, Windsor Castle, and Sandringham when the Queen is not in residence. Year of the coat of arms of England. Wow, 11, almost 1200. So this is when Jake was in power. The coat of arms of England was established in 1198 by King Richard the Lionheart. King Richard the Lionheart, it was a Jake. That's when he was in power. And who depicted 3 lions on his shield. The 3 lion shield is still used as the coat of arms England today. So let's open that up. So that's 3. That's an ancient one. 1198. That's when Jake was ruling. So his mouth, look at that, the mouth of the lion. His mouth as the mouth of a lion. Then they put the unicorn up in there. Okay? So now when you go to Revelation 13:1, and it said the mouth of a lion, is talking about Great Britain, which was one of the 7 heads, a part of the Roman Empire, them coming back. So the United States or America is exclusively talked about right here, the beast from the earth. Coming out of the earth, he had 2 horns like a lamb, and he spake as a dragon. Draconian measures. A lamb is a docile, friendly creature. But when the lamb speaks, it speaks as a dragon. That's America. They started off as this democracy, freedom and righteousness and all this nonsense. But they're showing you their true colors. It says, and he exercised the power of the first beast, which is the Roman Empire, before him, and causes the earth and them which dwell therein to worship the first beast. The first beast is also the image, whose deadly wound was healed. Whose deadly wound was healed. It says the same for the image. I'm going to show you that. Let me see. Okay, it's right here, 14. And deceiveth them that dwell on the earth. This is talking about America, the little beast that came up as a lamb with 2 horns and spake as a dragon. By the means of those miracles, technology, which he had power to do in the sight of the beast, saying to them that dwell on the earth, that they should make an image to the beast, which had the wound by a sword and did live. So what should come to mind? Which had a wound by a sword and did live. And I saw one of the heads as it were wounded to death, and his deadly wound was healed, and all the world wondered after the beast. The deadly wound that was healed was going back to the late 1400s. Christopher Columbus, Queen Ferdinand, Queen Isabella, King Ferdinand, the popes at that time. You had Caesar Borgia living during that time. Caesar Borgia was in Spain. Was that Venice, Spain, if I'm not mistaken? I got to go back to it. But he was trying to take another part of Spain, and he got caught out there by himself without his men. And there was a handful of men on the other side that saw him and killed him, and didn't even realize that was Caesar Borgia that they killed. They just said, "Oh, let's kill this guy. He's on the other side." They killed him. Then later on, he said, "Oh, that was Caesar Borgia." So the Most High set him up to get taken out. So that's the only time Caesar Borgia, because they're saying, IUIC saying the image is a picture of Christ, which goes back to Caesar Borgia. Yeah, he was wounded, but he never came back to life. The beast, or the image the head that was wounded, which is the image, is the Roman Empire going down and Jake ruling, and then them coming back to life. They came back to life during the time of Christopher Columbus, during the late 1400s. See, we're breaking it down the right way. because it doesn't make no sense. If they're saying the image of the beast is a picture of Caesar Borgia, then they would say, well, then who got wounded? Did the picture get wounded? Did the picture start bleeding? No. Did the image of the beast, which goes back to Caesar Borgia, the one during World War II, is Caesar Borgia, but a particular artist painted the way he wanted to paint it, but it's based on what Caesar Borgia looked like. All these movies that they made about the Messiah, which they don't even play no more because we done woke up, will be all over them damn movies. They all get actors that all look like Caesar Borgia. Caesar Borgia had long hair and he was bearded. Okay, so let's do this. And I'm gonna say this here. Let's say you continue to listen to Bishop Nathaniel and the other bishops and the captains and the deacons and so forth, and because the whole world's going to be introduced to this microchip technology, and you're going to have to take it in order for you to buy and go to the supermarket, buy and sell, go to the hospital, register your car, pay rent, receive a paycheck. It's going to be digital. You're going to have to eventually take that chip. So, you might as well wake up to it now. But I mean, what are you going to do? Are you going to take the chip and say, well, it's nothing wrong with doing that because that's not the mark of the beast. I'm telling you, a lot of these guys. That's why they got to keep bringing it up, and they got to keep changing. They didn't change it through the years. So if you ain't got a backbone, you're gonna fall for it. So let me see. Let me come back over here. Okay, so let me let it play. And all these guys they've been indoctrinated by the Bishop Nathaniel doctrine. That's what I'm gonna call it. Anytime he teaches something, he goes off on, I'm gonna call it, that's the Bishop Nathaniel doctrine. So I'm going to start at 23, down there 23. So listen up.
All right. Okay, 7. Let's start at, we'll do Job chapter 7, verse 20. It says, I have sinned. What shall I do unto thee? O thou preserver of men, what hast thou set me as a mark against thee? You see?
So they found another scripture. They're trying to make it make sense. So they not found another scripture with the word sin and mark in it, which Job has absolutely nothing to do with Revelation 13, 16, and 17. So they got to keep explaining it away, and they're not going to do it. If you have elect members in the IUIC, which I believe they do, that's my personal belief. There's many sincere people in the IUIC, but if they're of the elect, they're gonna not see it, and don't be surprised if they get up and don't come back to the school, or when it actually happens, whether they're gonna really see it, whether their eyes are gonna be open, and then there's gonna be a major shakeup. So all he's doing, he's regurgitating what the Bishop Nathaniel been teaching.
Excuse me, why? O thou preserver of men, why hast thou set me as a mark against thee, so that I am a burden to myself? So, I have sinned, what shall I do unto thee, O thou preserver of men? Why?
So I have a question. Do we have the mark? Do people in general have the mark? Does anybody on the planet Earth have the mark? Because everybody has sinned and come short of the glory of the Most High, right? So do you guys sin? Is it a special kind of sin? Can you sin now And when this man says, you got to continue to sin, to buy and sell, then you're going to say, I'm not going to sin no more? Are you people in IUIC, are you people sinning? I mean, have you been sinning, period? Everybody sins. We're set up that way. This world is set up where you can't, I'm not talking about a sin unto death, but there's sins. You wouldn't be going on a bus. You wouldn't be going on a taxi because there's going to be a woman in there that had a period. So you committed sin. You know what I mean? You're unclean until the evening or 7 days. If you touch a woman that's on a period, 7 days she's unclean, so you can't touch her for 7 days. So everybody sins. This system is set up for us to sin, and not even realizing that we're sinning. You eat some food, the manufacturer, whatever the food market that makes it, it's a woman on a period. Guess what? Or meat. You got women in the meat market, and they get periods, so they handling the meat, and they're giving it to you, and you cooking it and eating it.
Eye hast thou set me as a mark. What is the mark? Sin. Okay? Sin is the mark. Sin is that mark.
So my question is this. The men and the women that are part of the IUIC, are they perfect? Do they sin? Are they completely without sin? And I hope you say, yeah, we're completely without sin. Okay, but the beast is here, right? The mark is sin, right? The mark is sin. So my question is this: how are you able to buy and sell? That building that you in, you got to pay the light electric bill. You got to pay taxes on that building. If the toilet breaks, you got to get a plumber. If the floors are broken or this don't work, that don't work, there's a short, you gotta get somebody, and they ain't gonna do it for free. I assume most of y'all go home in cars and not a horse and buggy. You hop in cars. Oh no! I take Uber. Yeah, well, Uber, guess what? You got to pay for Uber. You hop in your car, you got to go to the gas station, gas up, so you got to pay. The house that you go to, whether you own it, you still got to pay property tax. Let's say you pay the house out full out, you still got to pay property tax. Let's say you live in an apartment, you're renting, you got to pay the rent. You got to have the refrigerator full, so you got to go to a market and you got to buy things. So if people have the beast, that's all you got to do. If you roll up on any of these IUIC members, ask them, is the mark already here, and do you guys have the mark? See what they say. Then you might say, do I have the mark? Does this Edomite have the mark? Does this person have the mark? And if they say, yeah, these people got the mark, we ain't got the mark, my thing is, do you guys still buy and sell? It's going to get ugly on that day. When they make that announcement, it's going to get ugly on that day. It's going to be a big shakeup. You're not going to know what to do. You're going to say, oh shit, GMS was right.
Now, we were out one time, this is like years ago, we were out on a flyer mission, and we go up to this brother, we're trying to edify the brother and whatnot, and he's like, yeah, he had a scar in his forehead, like a literal scar. It looked like somebody might have hit him with something or something like that. And we trying to edify the brother. He's like, yeah, the mark of God. You see, I got the mark of God in my forehead. I'm like, our people are bugged out. He was dead serious too. He had a literal scar in his forehead, and he was trying to tell me That was the seal of God, meaning he was on the right hand side, but he had the devil on him. Okay, he had the mark of Satan. Okay, but that mark is sin itself. Okay, I'm gonna read it again, Revelation 14:9. And the third angel followed.
So the question is, IUIC, me myself, Apostle Tahar, do I have the mark of the beast? Any apostles have the mark of the beast? Any of the bishops, the elders? Do we have the mark of the beast? Because we damn sure can buy and sell, but so can you. So if you can buy and sell, you got the mark of the beast, unless the mark of the beast is not here yet.
What I'm saying with a loud voice, if any man worship the beast and his image and receive his mark in his forehead or in his hand. So now, what is it saying? Now you think on sin, the sin of the white man, which nobody, this is all in deception. The word devil means deceiver, Satan means adversary. Okay. Oftentimes people don't know.
Yeah, Satan in the Hebrew is Shatan. So you guys go, I guess you go to the concordance.
Know that they're being deceived by Satan. Okay. But it says here, receive his mark in his forehead, meaning in your mind, it says, or in his hand. So meaning you agree with it. You agree with it and you follow it, you implement it, you hold fast to it. Okay. The same, verse 10, shall drink of the wine of the wrath of God, which is poured out without mixture. Now, let me go back to that real quick, because I read it in Revelation.
I guess the Lord's going to pour a big bucket of wine on everybody that took the mark.
13, I just thought of it. 13 and 16. I'm going to read that again. And he causeth all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads. Now, there is something that they're trying to do with technology where they're trying to implement people having chips in their hands to literally buy and sell and whatnot. They even got it now. I remember a sister telling us that they have, like, you go to the grocery store and like something, like I forgot how she said it, but you literally pay with your hand or something like that. I can't remember how she said it, but they actually have that now. Okay. Is that what the scriptures is talking about? No. The scriptures is talking about you, like corporations, and I'm going to show you why I'm saying it in a second, but this buying and selling is talking about corporations and whatnot. Okay?
The buying and selling is talking about corporations. Wait a minute. This is word salad. Scriptures, they gave you a lot of scriptures that don't add up. The math ain't mathing. Wait a minute. He said it's buying and selling is talking about corporations. And that no man, and he causes all both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand on their foreheads. So this is talking about the mark. And that no man might buy or sell. He said buy and sell is talking about corporations. So what is this? The man corporation? And that no man, meaning no man, woman, child, might buy or sell, save or accept he that had the mark or the name of the beast or the number of his name. Here is wisdom, let him that have understanding count the number of the beast, for this number of the man is a number of 636. That's a universal product code which came out in the 70s. I believe the mid to late 70s. Back then, hardly anybody had a credit card because you had to swipe it.
Okay. Now, the proof of that, right, the buying and selling, that no man may buy or sell unless they have the mark. When you go to Revelation 18 and 9, I'm sorry, 10. Standing afar off for the fear of her torment, saying, Alas, alas, that great city Babylon, that mighty city, for in 1 hour is thy judgment come. And the merchants of the earth shall weep and mourn over her. for no man buyeth their merchandise anymore. Okay? This is when it said in Revelation 13:16, rich and poor, free and bond, and so forth. These merchants of the earth, these corporations, these countries and whatnot. And it's going to further clarify as we read on. And
yeah, this is sounding. He doesn't even look like he's sure. It's like, I don't know, man. I don't know. He doesn't. And that's an old breakdown. Back in 2014, what Bishop Nathaniel said. It's talking about companies, countries, and companies. But how do you explain the 17th verse? It said, no man shall buy or sell except he had the mark of the beast.
And the merchants of the earth shall weep and mourn over her, for no man buyeth their merchandise anymore. The merchandise of gold, silver, precious stones, and of pearls, and of fine linen, and purple, and silk, and
this sounded like Kamala. Anytime Kamala speak, I said, oh boy, here it comes. Word salad. First of all, where were you born? First off, I'm a member of the middle class. What do you think the stock market is going to be like in the near future? First off, I'm a member of the word salad. She looks so freaking weak up there. So like everything was scripted. She studied the script, tried to memorize it. And one thing about this devil Trump, he just grabbed the mic and started talking. You can see he ain't reading from the script. He just started talking. You know?
Scarlet, and all thine wood, and all manner of vessels of ivory, and all manner of vessels of most precious wood, and of brass, and of iron, and marble. Now, do we have that as a nation of people? Are we trading, listen to what it says, are we trading gold, silver, precious stones, pearls?
Well, if you wearing I don't know if that's silver or gold, you had to purchase that, right? I don't know if that's silver or gold. It looks like silver. There's other, Bishop Nate got gold rings, and I guarantee they're all real. The stones are real and everything. Chains on you and all that. Did you have to buy that? No, my wife gave it to me as a gift. Well, guess what? She had to buy it. She had to buy it. If a link breaks, you got to take it to a jeweler to get it fixed, and you got to pay for it. See, do we buy gold and silver? Yes, Jake buy gold and silver with jewelry and whatnot. When you buy, when you have to get your car fixed, parts, you have certain metals, silver and certain metals in your car that so you are buying silver and gold and so forth.
Fine linen. No, we're not.
Wait a minute. Fine linen are clothes. Are clothes. This is not linen? Okay, guess what? Then it's got to be, I guess this is multiple fabrics of cotton and other things, which that's against the law.
Not doing none of that. Okay? We got to go to the enemy, like Deuteronomy 28:48 says, the enemy for the lack or want of all things. Okay? If we want toilet paper, we got to go to somebody else. Okay? Bottled water, we got to go to somebody else. We ain't got no.
And what do you got to do? You got to buy it. You got to buy a toilet paper. You got to buy a bottle of water.
Gold, silver, precious stone.
You got to either silver or gold necklace. Somebody, if you didn't buy it, somebody bought it for you.
Pearls, fine linen, purple silk, scarlet. Some of y'all don't even know where silk come from. Okay? Us, I'll say it like that. I know, but I'm just saying. At one time, I didn't know where it came from. Okay? And thine wood, and all manner of vessels of ivory, and all manner of vessels of precious stone, precious wood.
He said thine wood, right? Wood. If you're a contractor, your house is not rusted, but dry rotted. Your patio or whatever. Either you can fix it. You got to buy the wood. You got to go to like a Lowe's or a Home Depot. But if you can't do it, you got to hire somebody to do it for you. So what he does is he'll tell you how much it's going to cost, and he'll put the labor and the amount, the wood that he's got to buy to fix it. It's going to cost you X amount of money. So there's a transaction. He had to go get you. You didn't buy the wood. He purchased the wood for you.
And of brass, and of iron and marble, and cinnamon, and odors, and ointments, and frankincense, and myrrh.
You buy perfume. You buy salt and pepper. You buy cinnamon, and that all come from. A lot of that stuff come from China.
And oil, and fine flour, and wheat, and beast. Okay, and sheep, and horses, and chariots, and slaves.
Chariots are cars, trucks,
and souls of men. Okay, so that's what these nations and corporations have taken on, that mark of the beast. That way they can trade and whatnot with America and other nations.
So a corporation can actually sin. So a big building, IBM, could look at a woman's fat ass that's married. Oh, you know what I'm saying? How does that make sense? Buildings don't sin. Buildings are inanimate objects. They don't sin. They don't think. They don't do nothing. They don't go to the bathroom. They don't eat. They don't get sick. Will you ever see a building go to another building called a hospital? See, this is word salad, also known as scriptural salad. He's giving you a lot of different scriptures, which has nothing. One scripture has nothing to do with the other.
Across the globe, okay? Because if they don't, America will put sanctions on them, embargoes, whatever the case. So they can't do that, okay?
They don't. America don't do embargoes. Embargoes is when you have goods for another country and you say, "I'm not going to send it to you." America doesn't make anything, so how are they going to call for an embargo? Now China can call for an embargo because they send everything to you. Everything that you got, Shia, everything that you got in your house, guaranteed that shit is from China. Them TV, everybody got a computer. You got to get that shit from China. You got your flat screen TVs, your smart TVs. That shit come from China.
So I'll go back to it. And the third angel followed them, saying with a loud voice, "If any man worship the beast and his image, and receive his mark in his forehead or in his hand, the same shall drink of the wine of the wrath of God, which is poured out without mixture." So now,
let me just try something. I'm going to get on the same page with him. Let me go to 14. Here it is again in the 9th verse, Revelation 14:9. So we know that this is not talking about corporations and companies and countries. And the third angel followed them, saying with a loud voice, "If any man worship the beast and his image, and receive his mark in his forehead or in his hand, the same shall drink of the wine of the wrath of the Most High, which is poured out without mixture upon the cup of indignation, and who shall be tormented? That person." Let's listen to some more. These guys keep changing the subject. They keep changing up. They keep moving the goalposts.
The apologists, the urban apologists, you all have received the mark of the beast. You worship the beast and his image.
Okay, good. I'm glad you said that. I'm glad y'all said that. Let me do this. Let me do it this way. Let me open this up. So the mark of the beast is here. So I would guess that IUIC saying that GMS, Tahar and them, they all got the mark of the beast, which means we can buy and sell. You said it was corporations and companies and countries, but now the urban apologists, which are people, got the mark of the beast. So what is it?
Of the beast. That way they can trade and whatnot with America and other nations across the globe, okay? Because if they don't, America will put sanctions on them, embargoes in case.
They don't do embargoes. Politicians don't even mention the word. They don't even mention the word sanctions. They'll mention tariff. They don't do embargoes because years ago, back in the 40s, 50s, yeah, they can install and call for an embargo. The only ones that can call for an embargo is China because they make every fucking thing that we get. There's only a handful of manufacturers in America.
So they can't do that. Okay. So I'll go back to it. And the third angel followed them, saying with a loud voice, if any man worship the beast.
Wait a minute. If any man, a man is not a country or corporation, worship the beast
and his image.
So that corporation is gonna worship an image of Caesar Borgia?
His image, and receive his mark in his forehead or in his hand. The same shall drink of the wine of the wrath of God, which is poured out without mixture. So now, the apologists, the urban apologists, you all have received the mark of the beast. You worship the beast and his image, okay? And you have the mark in your head and in your hand as well.
So he's not talking about a corporation. He's talking about apologists, which are people. Vocab Malone is an urban apologist or an apologist. But he's not a corporation. He's not a building. He's not a country. So you're saying that he has it and any other Christian has it. That means GMS has it, ISUBK has it, Sakari has it, Genesis have it. And guess what? We can buy and sell. So how is it that you guys at the IUIC can buy and sell if you don't have the mark? If the mark is see, if you use your head for something other than a hat rack, you would clearly see it. A lot of these, but I found out even from the beginning when I came into the truth, there was a lot of people that been in the school for years. None of the brain cells work. They just listen. Then all of a sudden when they leave, they go right back to being a Christian. They go right back to believing in Caesar Borgia, go right back to eating pork. Because they were not a part of the elect. This is a weak ass breakdown. This is a weak breakdown.
Okay. It says the same shall drink of the wine of the wrath of God, which is poured. And you know what this also goes into? His policies, right? Political policies, religion, like I said, that's part of the image. And they uphold that stuff. They defend it to the T. They attack us. They're trying to teach them they're special. They say, no, we're not special. We're nobodies. The white man is God. That's what they do. Okay? That's the mark in their hand, in agreement. They fight for this white man. Okay? This beast. Verse 10 again. The same shall drink of the wine of the wrath of God, which is poured out without mixture into the cup of his indignation, and he shall be tormented with fire and brimstone in the presence of the holy angels and in the presence of the Lamb. So now, that's key because notice, I mean, again, in the white man's Christianity. So
they teach that is it is hell, everlasting hell. So guess what? Yahweh Shai and the angels got to be there to make sure you burn because you might escape. Because they do, the IUIC as of, 4 or 5 years ago, they started teaching that there's an actual hell, that your soul goes to hell forever. So Yahweh Shai can't, and the angels can't be in the heavens because they got to be down in hell to watch you burn. Burn, baby, burn.
They tell us that hell, quote unquote, is going to be underground and you're going to have this red man poking you and whatnot. No, the Bible says you're going to be tormented by Christ and the angels, or in their presence, you're going to be tormented. Okay?
You know what that means? That means when the missiles hit, Yahweh Shai and the angels are going to be overhead, beaming up. Yahweh Shai is going to beam up the elect. That's Psalm 91. We're going to behold the reward of the wicked, only with our eyes. That's what it's talking about. It's not talking about an eternal hell where you're going to have Yahweh Shai there sitting on a desk with a asbestos suit, and you got angels in bleachers cheering you on. But these people, but that purple, man, that purple, and don't let the purple and gold fool you.
Christ is doing, is setting up hellfire on this earth. He's going to be the one to throw you in there. Okay? It ain't no red man under the earth. That doesn't exist. Okay? Now, let me get Hosea chapter 12. Hosea 12 and 10. It says, I have also spoken by the prophets and have multiplied visions and used similitudes by the ministry of the prophets. Now that's key, because when you're talking about, because it says,
which none of you guys are prophets, because you wouldn't break it down that way. You wouldn't break down the mark the way you do. Anyway, that's all I had to say. You know, that's all I had to speak on. So that indoctrination is working on you guys. So anyway, with that, I'm going to say shalom.